Okay. So what I've done is I have rigged and done a, I guess, walk cycle for this thing. But before I get into everything I've done and all the stuff, I actually have been sponsored. Yes, your boy here has been sponsored. And it's myself. I'm sponsoring myself. Technically, this is self-promotion, but YouTube has already, with their automated process, deemed one of my thumbnails as sexual content. Don't know how. Apparently, a Maya screen with controls is sexual to some people. They're just some real kinky modelers out there. Anyways, so I'm not exactly trustworthy of their automated process, so I'm going to say I'm sponsored anyways. I've made a game besides this one. I have been secretly working on a game, on a mobile game called Cube World, and it is available right now as early access on the Google Play Store. iOS version will be coming soon. It's just I want to make sure that the Google Play version rolls out perfectly fine with no issues before I roll out the iOS version. Just want to take it one at a time because this is my first full release of a game. And I just wanted to spend not too long, but just a little bit talking about it. I'll probably mention it quite a lot. Like I said, this is my very first game. So if you could download it, play it, enjoy it, tell your friends about it, you know, it supports me. And what Cube World is, it's a collection of games. It's that simple. There's 3 games in it currently, with more games to come into the future. And I find them extremely enjoyable. I actually will play this game myself quite often. I mean, this is, you know, it's a really simple little arcadey game. You move a cube around and you just try to get a high score. It saves your high scores and all is good. But if you could just, you know, play it, deal with the ads. I'm hoping that this game can be used to fund my big game project, which I've been updating you guys regularly on, which is Facility. You know, like, even though I'm the only one working on this, licensing fees and other fees do exist. And they can cost quite a lot, especially for larger projects. So it would be nice to have something, to have a game, going that I could use to hopefully fund a bigger, more interesting game. So it's in early access right now. There's really no difference between early access and the final version. I've put the final version on a tablet and it works perfectly fine. This is just Google's process that's making this run a little bit slower. But yeah, so whenever you get the chance, please download it and enjoy, and trust me, if there's issues, I will fix it. This is a very simple game, and like I said, I want to try to add more games to the collection as time goes on. I'm hopefully trying to aim for 1 new game every month. These games take less than a day to code, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, so let's get on with the rest of the video. So going on actually what I've worked on. So one, I fixed the rig. The rig works with the controls and not having to use the little C's. So the rigging controls is all worked out, and you know, it works great. I added the set-driven stuff for the jaw, so now the jaw fully opens and whatnot. I did some things for the little nubbins on it, just for fun. And I mean, I kind of made, it's difficult to see if it's a good slithering motion, because it's hard to picture when it's not moving forward. So there may have to be going a lot into Unreal, coming back out of Unreal, back into Maya, going into Maya, coming back out of Maya. A lot of back and forth with this thing in order to make sure it works, but hey, it works. So the next step would be, putting this wiggly worm into Unreal and start coding some basic AI. So I don't know if I've talked about what this character, its particular functions are. So the big bad guy that we've been dealing with the whole time, 93 days of making this game, and now only getting to the other two characters. So the big bad guy is the one you really want to watch out for. Him and the other character are much smaller. So the reason he can knock down the doors is because, he can't come into the room, but they can. But only if the door is busted open. So if the door gets busted open, then these guys will slither their way in. So basically, they function in a few different ways. If he gets close enough, and I'm talking like right on top of you basically, he will kill you. But he can't really see too well. And but one of his unique features is that desk hiding spot. If you're trying to hide from him through the desk, or trying to hide from the big guy with the desk, and he slithers past, he will see you. So he can see through the desk hiding spots. So he can see you and he can chase you. He can't hear you. He has no hearing ability. I'm not going to give him any hearing abilities because that will be a little too much, but I'm going to give him kind of a short field of view, probably where this right here. If he's here, this is about as far as he can see. So you have quite a bit of time when you can see him coming way before he can see you. But like I said, he presents the unique problem of that you can't just run into a room and you can't hide under a desk from him. So that's what he is going to be. So I don't think his AI is going to take as long as the first guy, because the first guy had a lot of features and a lot of things he can do. Also, I kind of know what I'm doing with the AI this time. I've learned quite a lot. I had no idea how to even use a behavior tree when I first built the first guy. So it took a lot of learning and a lot of trial and error. But this time, this guy will know when it's... he will be able to... or it shouldn't be too hard. What I'm saying is to program his AI. So I'm hoping it doesn't take that long, and then I can move on to the third and final guy, who I'm going to make basically a weeping angel type of... If you've ever seen Doctor Who, I mean, there's a lot of these kind of enemies in horror games. Basically, if you look at it, it doesn't move. But if you look away from it, it comes a little bit closer to you. The reason I want to add that is because that is my personal nightmare. That's my sleep paralysis demon right there. I don't like it when things move when I don't see them move. If I leave a room and I come back into that room and that whole room has been arranged and I know for a fact nobody's been in it, I don't like that. That's my personal nightmare. I don't know what that's called. It happens a lot with mannequins, so I have a deep hatred of mannequins because of or mannequin-esque like things like dolls and that kind of stuff. That happens a lot with that stuff, so I have a deep hatred for that stuff. But that's gonna be him. That might be a little harder to program, but I've seen a lot of tutorials on it on YouTube and that kind of stuff, so I think I will have some help. But yeah, so but that's what I've done. So all that. And just one more time, I know it's probably annoying, but please just take a look at Cube World. I'm really proud of it. It's my first official release. It has nothing to actually do with facility, story-wise, or anything. Don't try playing this game looking for secrets. That's not what it is. It's just a fun arcade mobile game. It's just there, basically just to support me. So if you want to support me without giving me money, play this game. It supports me. Deal with the stupid ads and play a fun, cute little arcade game. Because that's all this is. And like I said, I plan on adding a lot of more game modes as time goes on. I want to add as many before, like, either I can't come up with any more ideas, or I have so many ideas that, or there's so many game modes, I'm like, okay, this is just ridiculous. You should be enough. And if the game gets more popular and if more people want to support me in other different ways, I can probably play with this a little bit more. So, but yeah, that's all I've got done. So, I will see you guys tomorrow.